Today, you're going to be reading a story entitled Side Bet. Now, in this story, there are only two characters, and these characters are in a very unusual situation. The story isn't very long. You can easily read it in about 25 minutes. As you're reading, I want you to write 10 questions and answers based on the text, and we're going to use those questions soon after that. Okay, you can start now. At this point, I'm moving around the room, answering questions. I've put some model questions up on the whiteboard for them to get started, like where is the man, what is he doing, who is his enemy on the island, and so on. Now, when this part of the lesson comes to an end after about 30 minutes, I divide the class into 3 separate groups. Then, they get into their groups and they discuss their questions for about 5 minutes and choose the 10 best questions out of the whole group. Following that, they orally quiz each other. Each group asks a question. The other 2 groups are allowed to shout out the answer as they see fit, as soon as they have it, and so on. And I give that group a point, then we move to the next group, and the next group, and so on until we've completed the lesson, which is usually about 50 minutes. So they'll be playing the game for about 20 minutes. This is a kind of scanning and skimming activity. Now in the next lesson, I ask the students this. Now you're going to make a character analysis, one for each of the 2 characters. I'm going to help you with the first one. Let's take the rat. Write down 3 adjectives. Give me 3 adjectives which you think describe the personality of this character. Tenacious, vicious, unfriendly. I put those up on the whiteboard. Then I ask the students to go back into the story and try to find a sentence or a phrase from the story which accurately fits that adjective. This will take about maybe 5 minutes. Following that, I have a model paragraph prepared where I take all that information and put it into a single paragraph for the students to see as a model. Then the students will create a paragraph for the character of the man. Again, 3 adjectives which describe that character. I help them at this point. Then I ask them to find sentences from the story to fit those adjectives. I give them 5 minutes. Then, using my model, they then create a paragraph description, character description of the man. In the next lesson, I'm going to ask the students to expand on the story, but rather than writing just a summary, I want them to write a prequel of, say, 3 paragraphs, explaining how did the man and the rat get to the island in the first place. We discuss it for a few minutes. We put out examples. Where could they have been? What could they have been doing? And then I give them about 20 minutes to do this writing activity. In this way, I'm able to incorporate 3 separate lessons into one story. And this gives the students a good chance to be able to analyze the story, read it again, as short fiction is more likely to be read again rather than, say, a novel. And that would be a particular lesson plan for a short story. Thank you.